founding fathers fought a war, they called it revolution. 4 years after peace broke out, they wrote the Constitution. 16 refused to sign, said it wasn't perfect. 16 wouldn't sign until it had amendments.
They wanted to ensure the rights the British didn't give us. They started with a dozen, then brought it down to 10.
16 refused to sign, said it wasn't perfect. 16 wouldn't sign without some amendments.
The first protects freedom of speech, assembly, and religion.
The second, guns for the militia. Third, from soldiers moving in.
16 refused to sign, said it wasn't perfect. 16 wouldn't sign without some amendments.
4 says police cannot search unless they have a reason.
5th, no double jeopardy. 6th, trial even for treason.
16 refused to sign, said it wasn't perfect. 16 wouldn't sign without some amendments. We could not do them all justice, called our work done at A. No cruel, unusual punishments, we've no more to create. 16 refused to sign, said it wasn't perfect. 16 wouldn't sign until it had amendments. We've got rights. We've got rights. We've got rights. We've got rights. We've got rights.
We've got rights. First Amendment, freedom of speech, assembly, petition, and religion. Cast is Jessica Barnes, a college student, Karen Walker, an older woman, and a cop. A protest against the quarantine and for the reopening of schools in Minneapolis, or any city in USA. Jessica Barnes is in front. She is accosted by Karen Walker.
We've got rights. We've got rights. Ma'am, nobody was bothering you. Kindly walk away.
When I see a bunch of people protesting about our being on lockdown, yeah, I need to say something, hun.
Ma'am, okay, I understand that's your opinion, but others feel differently about the situation, and nobody is hearing us, so we decided to protest today. You have your beliefs, and I have mine. It's a matter of opinion. Differences are fine without decency and respect. I have to suggest we've no other choice than to prepare and protest. Hear us out, we'll make it clear. Let's fight for the rights that we all hold dear. Hear us out, we'll make it clear. Let's fight for the rights that we all hold dear.
Well, hun, you guys need to go home. Obviously. I mean, you need to follow the rules by staying home.
LOL. Are you saying that we need to stay in the house, but you're outside with us? And unlike you, we're wearing masks. And you're not. So who's in the wrong now?
You guys are acting like crazy people. Okay, people going against what is going on in the world. How are you sticking up for each other when you're literally going to get each other sick?
We're wearing masks and we're practicing social distancing.
Social distancing? This whole street is full of you guys just yelling in each other's faces. I'm going inside where it's safe. You have a good day.
We're not yelling in anyone's face. We have on masks and we're following the guidelines.
You think being out here and protesting is safe?
Yes, I'm being extremely safe. I have on my mask, I have my hand sanitizer, and I make sure everyone is social distancing.
So what? You protesters are just being inconsiderate and stupid. You know what? I'm calling the police.
You're calling the police for nothing. We're not bothering anyone.
You're bothering me.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. We're just out here protesting and asking that they open the schools back up.
Well, I do not accept your apology. You guys need to pack your stuff up and get off of this corner.
We're not leaving. We will fight for our rights. What makes you have a problem with that? I mean, it's constitutional.
Yeah, well, we'll just see when the police get here. You know, All of you just need to go back into your house and self-quarantine. You know COVID is spreading like crazy.
Lady, just go about your day and mind your business, okay? I didn't ask you.
Well, I see all the protesters, and I just need to say something about that. It's just dumb. You can't go against the government.
We are entitled to our own opinions. We believe the world should open back up because people are losing their jobs and kids aren't even in school anymore. Do you know how hard it was for me to get into college?
Well, you all just look dumb. Okay, you need to go inside and follow the rules.
How are you going to tell us we need to be inside when you are not even wearing a mask? Where is your mask, ma'am? Exactly. Follow the rules.
How are you still standing out here? You're going against the government's rules.
Because some people in this world have jobs and can't work. Most of the people sitting home all day are developing depression and anxiety because they can't be social or live their lives stuck in the house all day.
Where are those cops that I called for? You know what? I'm going inside where it's safe to wait for them.
Listen to yourself, lady. Good. Yeah, go on. Yeah. Leave us alone. Somebody needs to knock some sense into you.
Karen slams the door.
Maybe then you'll realize what we're trying to do later.
I heard that. Seriously? You guys need to figure this out somewhere else. Not in my space.
Every time we move away from you, it seems you need to follow us and then have the nerve to tell us where we need to go.
Kids these days are just so rude. You guys need to respect your elders
You-
and do as I say.
No, you have been harassing us the entire time, and now you want to be here to tell us to respect you? I don't know what world you live in, but here in this world, you have to give respect to earn it.
We'll just see when those cops get here. We'll see who has the last laugh.
This is not a joke. You think this is a joke? I will gladly tell them how much you have harassed us and haven't kept your social distance.
The cops arrive.
Ma'am, what seems to be the problem here?
This girl and her people have been bothering everyone and won't leave innocent people alone.
Is that true?
No, ma'am. No, not at all. Show her your phone. If anybody has been bothering anyone, it is that lady there.
The cop looks at the video. Karen approaches and sees it too.
Who's laughing now, lady?
Thought I was right about the protest, but I was wrong. Jessica proved herself to be independent and strong. Everyone has the right to stand up for what they believe in. The right to education is what we need to be achieving. I've changed my mind and my whole point of view. We must be brave. We have something to pursue.
You're with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Blackout.
Chase, I'm so glad you could join us today. I understand you're still a student.
Yes, I am a senior at Pepperdine University.
And what are you studying there?
I'm studying theater acting, and I'm also doing a little bit of the directing track.
Do you have a favorite musical or play that you've been part of?
Of all time, I would say when I was Fiona in Shrek the Musical. Yeah, I had to learn how to tap for that show. It was so much fun.
And count to 8, right?
Yes, pretty well.
And how do you feel about the work you've been doing here today?
Today's work has been challenging, but in a good way. I think that because of how recent all of the issues that we're talking about have affected each of us, it really touches home in a lot of ways. And I'm glad to have been a part of something like this because I know that this type of program is not something that I had when I was younger, but something I wish that I got the opportunity to take part of. And I'm just so glad to be helping out with you all and the fact that you guys are getting to, experience this. And I'm just kind of here as a tool and a vessel for your beautiful work.
Thank you.
We've got rights. Second Amendment, right to bear arms in support of a militia. The characters are Annie, a 9-year-old girl, Joseph, a 12-year-old boy, a mystery woman, and Brad, the children's father and a drug dealer. Scene 1, in a 2-story house in a neighborhood that has seen better days.
Joseph! Joseph!
Yes, Annie?
Someone's here and she looks mean.
Don't worry about it. Go back to your room.
But she's talking to Dad real mean.
Stay here. I will go downstairs and see.
See? Doesn't she look scary?
Yeah, you're right.
Children, go upstairs and stay there right now. She's got a gun.
We don't want to leave you. You're family.
Go. Keep your sister safe now.
My dad's in trouble with a bad man who holds her gun like a toy. We're not supposed to play with guns. Our lives she might destroy. When your dad's in trouble, you've gotta lend a helping hand. He locked his gun away from us, but we know he'll understand. And the destruction it will lead, how my community will grieve. If I defend my family, I'd happily do time to protect those I love the most. How can that be a crime?
We gotta help Dad.
We definitely do.
Wait, it's fine. Dad's closing the door.
Wait, that woman's banging on the door again.
Well, what should we do?
First, you need to go back upstairs now.
No, I won't. We need to stick together.
Fine, but you've got to be quiet.
They go into their father's room searching for his gun.
What are you doing? You know we're not supposed to go in there.
I told you to be quiet. What do you think I'm going to do? Be quiet.
Dad only said to go upstairs. He didn't tell you to do this.
Why do you think he told us to go upstairs?
So we'd be safe?
Whatever.
Joseph continues going through his father's things.
I wish we could help in some way.
That's what I'm trying to do here.
Whatever you're doing, you better hurry up. I don't like the sound of that.
Joseph finds his father's gun, while downstairs, Brad and the mystery woman's conversation is escalating.
Come on, Brad.
What are you doing here?
You know what I'm here for.
No, I don't.
All right, then, since you don't know, let me make it perfectly clear. Where's my money?
What money?
The money you owe me.
I don't have it. I use it for something else. Something important, I don't have it.
You used it? I told you to have my money today.
I give you my word. I will get it to you as soon as I can.
The kids head downstairs, watching Brad and the mystery woman.
Hurry!
I got it.
You said you would have it, and it's not just about you and me. If it were, but...
I'm sorry, but my kids are my first priority.
Tell me, what did you spend the money on?
I'm not telling you.
Why not?
It has nothing to do with you.
It's my money, so it has everything to do with me.
It doesn't concern you. Pointless mistakes have led me here. Will I have life, or is death close? I stand before you, for my life I fear. Without love, I'll succumb to this lethal dose. My addiction has kept things unclear. I will use her money to disappear. My kids will always be what I love the most. My old life, adios. If I didn't have them, I wouldn't be here. My one love destroyed by addiction. Without them, my depression is severe. Without them, this night could end in my conviction.
The mystery woman pulls out a gun.
One last time, what did you spend my money on?
Please, no, please. I'm all my kids have.
Gunshots ring out. Brad looks to see if he's been shot. The mystery woman falls to the ground and dies. Joseph drops the gun in shock.
What did you just do?
What I had to do.
Blackout.
Brandon, I'm so glad you joined us today. Can you tell us what your experience with acting has been?
Oh my goodness, it's been a wild ride. I started in high school. First show was in my freshman year in the fall semester, and ever since I did my first musical, I fell in love with musical theater, and so I decided to take it in college and become a musical theater major, and it's been one of the best decisions of my life.
What's your favorite part been?
So far, I played Quasimodo in The Hunchback of Notre Dame in my senior year, and that was a great experience.
How do you feel about the work you've been performing today?
Especially in the amendments and Simpsonology, I feel like these two shows have such a deep impact within society at large today, especially with everything that's going on. So I'm really thankful that I really get to experience, working on social justice on stage and get to show it out to the society. And especially since it's an important topic to talk about today, I just feel like this was a great musical written by a bunch of talented high school artists to show out to the public who need it today. And so I thank you.
We've got rights. Third Amendment. No soldier shall be quartered in a private home. The characters are Sergeant Johnson, National Guard squad leader. Private Dodson, member of the National Guard. Mosby, a hotelier. Corporal Vandross, a member of the National Guard. It's a city in the USA which has been in such turmoil that the National Guard has been called out. A squad of National Guard soldiers are outside a hotel.
Eyes up, soldiers. Stay frosty, soldiers.
We are approaching the Hilton Hotel now, sir. There's a large crowd of civilians and they may be armed, Sergeant. We march these streets, here to protect and serve. We tread the streets in cautious fashion, high alert at every curve. We stay focused on our job, regardless of any hate. Whatever's ahead is destined by fate. The streets fill with unrest, our heads are on swivel. As we tread, hostility grows thick. I wish they would be civil.
As soldiers approach the hotel, a tear gas grenade is thrown.
Incoming! Man, get down!
And they call themselves civilians. I knew it. These darn civilians ain't civil at all.
Shut it, Private. We don't need your opinion right now. Forward march!
Mosby, the hotel owner, opens the doors, addresses the troops from the steps.
What is all this chaos in front of my hotel? This is a place of business.
We're here to keep the city safe, sir, to protect your hotel from this mob of people who are obviously armed and capable, sir.
I saw it on TV. What did they throw at you guys? Grenades?
No, it was actually tear gas. Very painful. But we know what we signed up for.
I'm sorry you all had to go through that, but I am unable
Suddenly, the floor rumbles vigorously.
Everybody, get inside now! Hurry!
Did I do the right thing? Did I have a choice when I let them in?
My apologies, sir, but we have to remain here until things calm down, until the streets are safe or safer.
The streets are too hectic. If we go back out there, it'll be a bloodbath. Please, sir.
I'm sorry, but you can't stay here. There's no telling what these protesters will do. Your being here makes my guests and me uncomfortable. Is this even legal? Please try not to make a mess. I know you're doing what you think is best. I am not delighted that you came here uninvited. Please don't start a riot. Please try to keep things quiet. In my 9 years here, my customers have never had to fear. You're creating chaos in this space. Don't you understand this is not your place? Your soldiers are everything but silent. Just promise me things won't get violent.
I don't think you understand me, sir. We cannot leave.
Please leave the premises. Don't you dare put your hands on me.
Sir, calm down, sir. We don't want to be here any more than you want us to be here. But we're gonna have to make the best of it.
Fine. Do what you must, but I hope this is over soon.
The soldiers make a perimeter around the hotel, but some remain inside.
Mr. Mosby, sir, everything will be all right, I promise you. Thank you for understanding.
Time passes, and eventually, the mob disperses.
Sir, I've got to admit I was wrong. But I'm glad that this is over. Hope we don't ever meet like this ever again.
Likewise.
Blackout.
So, Mina, how does it feel to be up on stage instead of behind the keyboard, instructing students on musicality and song structure and introducing them to some of your favorite songs?
It's really awesome to get to work with the students and ask them, musically what they want for each line and what the heart rate is. So it's even more fun to put that into practice as an actor for this one day only and let someone else take the hard work of playing all the music and teaching all the music. So I think stepping into the role of actor at this stage actually helps me understand what the students' original intention was even more. And it's fun. I miss acting and I barely get to do it, so it's kind of fun to wear a different hat for a while and feel a different level of their writing.
What's the biggest difference for you going from or seeing things go from page to stage?
The biggest difference is sometimes when you just read the script, the beats aren't as clear as when you have professional actors acting it out, and then you go, oh, I see, that was happening there. This character just changed in this way. So as a writer myself, sometimes I write a line and I don't realize it's a huge moment for an actor, and we really can't even explore that until we have actors embodying the line. So I think the biggest difference is not seeing the dimensions of the script, and then when you have those actors coming in and giving them new ideas, new ways to read them, new inflections, it really teaches you more about, again, the writer's original intent.
So what's your favorite musical?
My favorite musical is The Drowsy Chaperone. Why? It's hilarious. And also because the title character is the most ridiculous. It's a role I want to play, and I just think it's a perfectly written show, and it's about how we all secretly want to take out a record and rock out to a musical theater song.
We've got rights. Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable search and seizure. Our characters, a newscaster offstage, Bryson and Imani. Scene 1, a student apartment and an HBCU. Bryson and Imani listen to the radio.
Louisville citizens are in shock this morning after the death of EMT Breonna Taylor during police service of a no-knock warrant at what turned out to be the wrong address. Her fiancé, a licensed gun owner, has been charged with reckless endangerment after firing at what he believed to be intruders. In other news,
Bryson angrily turns off the radio.
I'm so tired of innocent people getting killed by the people who are supposed to protect them.
I know, right? They search us for no reason, and when they see something believed to be deadly, like a wallet or a phone, they shoot first and axe later.
Or break into your home and kill you in your sleep and then blame it on you. I just wish there was something we could do to help instead of just sitting here and talking about it.
What if there was?
What do you mean?
Think about it, Bryson. We attend one of the top HBCUs in the country. I'm pretty sure there are people all over this campus who would be willing to help. All we have to do is find a way to bring them together and create a loud enough noise so that we can make them know our voices matter too.
You're right.
I know I'm right.
But what would we even call this?
Good question. I don't know yet, but I'm sure it'll come to us.
You're right, but we should get going to be on time before class starts.
Scene 2. It's night, the same day. Bryson calls Amani, who is woken up by his phone call.
Bryson, it's the middle of the night. What could be so important that you couldn't wait?
Black Lives Matter.
What are you talking about?
The organization. It could be called Black Lives Matter.
You know, that might actually work. It says a lot without saying too much. You're a genius.
I know, right?
Now that that's settled, can I please go back to sleep?
Scene 3. A coffee shop a few weeks later. Amani and Bryson are now arguing.
Bryson, you just don't get it.
Oh, wait. Don't just run off. Explain it to me.
You're just caught up in the wrong things.
What do you mean?
You're so caught up in getting revenge for the things that they did that you aren't even considering what's the consequences.
I don't get it.
And that's the problem. You're not even considering what may happen in the long run.
I care about this cause. You know I do. She deserves justice for what they did.
What about our privacy?
All we do is talk. It's time to start moving. You may be okay with it, but I'm tired of all of the secrecy.
You want to rush through this, but I don't.
Money, look.
No, our privacy is the most valuable thing we've got.
Sometimes we wonder who here is really on our side. Why should all of us be living in fear? Every time we need help, their hands are always tied. We shouldn't be worried about making it to next year.
They look at each other. Imani hugs Bryson.
I'm out.
Scene 4. Bryson, now on his own, pacing.
If she thinks I need her, she'll see that I'm a proof I don't. She thinks I can't do this by myself. Well, I was independent before. I'm still independent. I'll show her.
Time passes. A montage of meetings with little attendance and hardly any women at all.
I thought I could do this alone, but maybe Imani was right. I need her here to be able to win, to finish this fight. I let my anger control me, and then I lost my mind. I don't know what came over me. How could I be so blind? You never know what you have until it's gone. Thought I could do it all alone, but I was wrong. I needed some help, but I couldn't admit it. But look at me now, wishing I did it.
He pulls out his cell phone and calls with purpose. Blackout.
Glad you could join us today and arrange to do two things or be in two places at the same time today, because I understand that you also have voiceover work later.
I do.
You do. And tell me how you got into acting.
I started in my first little play in middle school. Then I applied to the arts high school in my area.
Which was?
I live in, I'm from Virginia, so it was Henrico High School Center for the Arts. And then after high school, I went to school for music. So I went to Berklee College of Music in Boston. And then I moved to LA where I like signed with my agency and then like re-signed with a manager that I had in high school that was based in LA.
So what did you study at Berklee College of Music?
Music business, but I was a voice principal.
How did you feel about the shows that you worked on today?
I thought they were really good. They definitely are timely, and I will say I was really emotional thinking when I really just processed like this was written by kids and the experiences that you guys go through and what you feel every day. For me, it was a bit emotional when I played Imani and one of the lines said, we shouldn't be worried about making it to next year, and that is definitely something that you all shouldn't be worried about. So I hope that like this was a great experience for you guys and you guys get to have a little bit of your innocence back.
So, what was your favorite musical?
Dreamgirls.
Okay, so did you want to be Jennifer Hudson?
I do. I've done the role. Like, I did it when I was in college, and then I did it recently. They did like a virtual production on this app called Clubhouse, so I got to play Effie on it, which was really cool. It was all audio, and the original Dina was there, and Amber Riley, who played it in London, like helped me get my Effie together, so it was cool.
We've got rights. Fifth Amendment, due process against self-incrimination. Our characters are Jamie, a younger sister about 12, Big Johnny, older brother about 15, 2 cops, and Mom. Scene 1, a bodega mid-weekday afternoon. Jamie takes out her wallet to pay for snacks.
For both of us, sir.
I'll pay you back when we get home, little sis.
Suddenly, 2 cops enter and tackle the siblings to the ground, forcing them both face down into the ground.
Jamie! Search them for weapons. They're suspicious.
We don't have anything. Get off my sister.
Johnny!
Ugh, this one doesn't have any weapons.
This one neither.
Ouch, my rib!
Get off my sister. You found nothing. You have no reason.
Johnny, calm down!
Get off my sister now.
Let him go. Let's get out of here.
These kids didn't deserve this. Let's go.
The cops exit.
Are you okay, little sis? Did they hurt you?
No, I'm fine, but maybe a bruise and this.
She indicates a torn sleeve on her shirt. They leave the store and begin to walk home as we transition to scene 2, somewhere in the neighborhood.
Just 2 kids with too much melanin walking down the street. Cops don't respect it, so we're looking at our feet. 2 cops tackled my brother and I at the store. They thought we had a menacing look. Beat up 2 young teenagers for no reason. You tell me, who's the real crook? They made us feel like we committed a crime. They mistreated us, and I don't know why. We don't deserve what happened this time. The last thing I wanna do is make Mom cry. I should have been able to stop that cop.
No, Johnny. They shouldn't have tackled us in the first place.
How can I forgive myself?
Look, take it easy, big bro. I'm fine. What we need is change.
We have to have our voices heard.
Start a movement. I don't know why they had to do all that.
It's what they do to people like us, unfortunately.
But why?
Look at us. We look like we're up to no good because of our skin color. They don't see us.
I don't feel safe anymore. I'm for sure not walking to the store by myself anymore.
Not anymore. With me or a friend, never solo.
Okay. But what are we going to tell Mom?
The truth. She was in the movement. She'll know what to do.
Scene 3. The siblings now arrive home. Mom takes one look, and she knows what has happened.
These racist assumptions are like a flu. What happened to you is nothing new. Shopping while black left you open to attack by men whose job is to protect and serve. Something my two kids did not deserve. We have to set things straight, not just for both my kids' fate. I thought I left my fighting days behind, but it's time once again to stand up for what is right. Together we can change things, things will change. Together we can change things, things will change. Together we can change things, things will change from the way that things have been.
They all hug. Blackout.
What made you decide to be an actor? How long have you been doing it?
I've been acting for a while now. I started in high school. Actually, I started in middle school. My first musical was The Wiz, and then I really found love for music and acting together. So I did it in high school, and then I went to a performing arts college in Hollywood and New York.
And what was your part in The Wiz?
My part of The Wiz was the lion.
Whoa, so you're a coward, huh? You're a coward?
In the show, yes.
In the show. Okay, and how did you feel performing work written by high school students today?
It was actually amazing. I was so blown away by the work they did and everything they wrote, and combining the lyrics and the music and everything with the stories that they wrote. It was very powerful today and very funny as well.
What's your favorite musical?
My favorite musical is Hairspray.
Because?
It's Hairspray because it's very high energy, and also like some of the work today, it touches on some very strong moments and also has a bit of comedy to it as well.
We've got rights. Sixth Amendment, right to a speedy trial. The characters are Laura, accused of murdering her husband, Thomas, her lawyer, who's in love with her, and a bailiff judge. Scene 1. Laura counsels with Thomas.
Yes, I may appear guilty in the eyes of the law, but if you ask me, I'm innocent in my mind.
Laura, I hear you. I know you didn't have it in your heart to hurt him.
My husband wasn't a great man, so what happened, happened. I guess what was done was done.
I'll make sure the court and jury know the real you.
You don't know how much I appreciate that. Appreciate you.
Scene 2. A great deal of time has passed. Weeks, months. It's time now for the trial.
Oh, it's awful, Thomas. This place is horrible, disgusting. The women in here are heathens, and the guards are not much better. I do not belong here. I need to be free.
Don't worry, Laura. You know I will do everything I can to make sure you are found not guilty and set free.
They walk to the court.
Taking a walk, smelling the fresh air, so I can remember it before the trial. Walking in now to the courtroom, am I in denial? They broke the Sixth Amendment. We still need more time. This case is such a mess. Was what I did such a crime? It's felt like years. I hate this place. I can't even do my hair. They treat me oh so badly. How dare they call it fair?
Scene 3. Laura and Thomas wait for the verdict. Laura is clearly in need of distraction. Thomas is clearly distracted.
It's time to come back into court. The jury has reached a verdict.
Wait, Laura, before we go in, I have something to tell you. I wanted to tell you a long time ago, but I didn't know what to say. I'm tired of hiding my feelings. I'll try this another way. I'm different from your ex. I would never cheat. I will treat you like a queen. You I could never mistreat. Can't believe this is happening, and I know it isn't right. Can't find the words to say it, but I think about you day and night.
Wow, Thomas, I don't know what to say. I can't believe you feel this way.
Scene 4, in the courtroom. All rise for the judge.
The jury has reached a verdict. They have found you guilty of murder in the first degree as charged.
That's impossible. What? No, Thomas, do something.
I will think about you day and night. Your Honor, it was me. I killed him. I did it. Laura was lying. Take me instead.
Blackout.
Anthony, what did you contribute to today's effort?
All right, well today I was involved with teaching the music and making sure the actors feel comfortable with these songs, because we're rehearsing them in such a short period of time to perform them. And so my job is really just making sure the actor feels comfortable and that the songs that our wonderful students have written are performed to the best of the ability of the performers on stage.
So what's your job title?
The music director. I am the music director.
And how long have you been doing this music directing work?
I started music directing actually in college. I got the theater bug my freshman year, or actually my last year in high school. I played in the pit for Into the Woods, and it changed my life. And ever since then, all I've wanted to do is conduct musicals and be in a rehearsal room.
That's a complicated score to start on. Is that your favorite musical as well?
It was for a long time, and then I think I might have wore it out, and I've done a couple productions of it now. But whenever I do hear it, I still connect to it deeply. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite. My favorite, I think, is Floyd Collins. It's one of my all-time. I mean, anytime I play it, I'm sucked in right away.
So I understand if we start working with more schools, you'll possibly be joining the Pathway team?
Yeah, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
We've got rights. Amendment 8, cruel and unusual punishment. Characters are Tyson, small-time drug dealer caught selling. Neil, a defense attorney and public defender, a judge, and a prosecutor. Scene 1, attorney-client room inside of a courthouse.
I was caught and was put behind bars. I confess to my crime. A year of home detention, 5 years of probation. I'd already put in the time. Why did they have to take my Rover? Things are unjust, but I know my rights. The fines and punishments were excessive. They thought I'd do nothing, but I will fight. I lost so much. I'd wish they'd been more just. Their cruel and unusual punishments left me only distrust.
Neil, the defense attorney, enters.
Have you looked at the documents?
Yes, it says here that you got caught for selling heroin, but it was only a gram, so you did a little time and paid a fine.
And they took my car, my Rover. How am I gonna get it back? Tell me how I'm gonna work without my Rover.
That goes against your Eighth Amendment.
My eighth what?
The Eighth Amendment to the Constitution. It prohibits the federal government from imposing excessive bail, excessive fines, or cruel and unusual punishment.
Well, yeah. Taking my Rover, that's cruel. Do you think I could get my car back?
From the documents I've examined, it might just be possible.
There's a knock on the door.
It's time. Let's go to court.
They exit. Scene 2, the court. Time has passed and things are wrapping up.
Does the defense have any further motions?
No, Your Honor.
Does the prosecution have any motions?
No, Your Honor.
Now, as to the matter of the automobile,
That's no automobile. That's my Rover.
the defendant has done his time and paid a fine. Stand up, young man. Now, when your probation begins, you will need to find work so you can start over again. Unfortunately, a man without a car in LA is often a man without work. Therefore, I rule that the automobile, your Rover, may be returned to you once your probation begins.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Not so fast, young man. Not so fast. You'll get your car back once your home detention has ended.
You can't drive during home detention anyway. It's a fair decision. Don't make them change their mind.
They thought I'd do nothing, but we fought for my Rover. Did my time and won. Now my crime time is over. Things took time, but now they're better. Can't wait for my probation letter. My life has changed, gotta work, no more fun. But my life has changed, my case is done. The system is unfair, but we beat it. My lawyer helped me out so I can work now. After all this time, I've got my car back. It'll be hard, but I will make it somehow. So, we won?
Yes, you got your rights.
Blackout.
Good afternoon. My name is Deirdre Marlowe. You may recognize me from the residencies we did at your schools this year. And this, of course, is Mina Bloom, Miss Music Bloom. We're delighted to be able to give you some excerpts today of the shows that you wrote. We've got Rights from Westchester and Rich Sciences Magnets, and Simpsonsology from West Adams Preparatory High School. Thank you. I would like to introduce you to two people. Kevin Bailey is our director. Can you wave?
I'm waving.
Oh, thank you so much. And Anthony Luca is our music director. Can you wave too? Oh, good job. Good job. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to perform two excerpts. These are your 9 actors. Miss Bloom is getting away from the keyboard. She gets to act today as well.
We're going to do the really fun Q&A portion of our program with you folks. And I know that Deirdre has some questions that you've already sent in, and we're going to answer them together with our cast. So you might have to do some mic sharing, so I appreciate that. Yeah, why don't we get together? Come on, let's we'll all sort of stand together. I do want you to know we have been really good doing our social distancing, and trust me, even though you see us right now without masks, we have been protocol. I know I'm just doing my best as the director right now.
Tell us, how long have you been acting? What made you want to be an actor?
Oh, how long have I been? Since around middle school. You know what? I'm kind of ashamed of it now, but I listened to the Phantom of the Opera soundtrack a lot in like 7th grade. I'm not. You know what? I'm not ashamed. That's right. never be ashamed of the music that you like and listen to. That's something that I've learned. But yeah, I love that show, and then it just kind of snowballed from there.
And it chose me. That's what I say to people all the time. I was actually trying to run from this career, and it chose me, and I love it. I can't imagine doing anything else. And I did not go to school for musical theater or theater in general. I've been educated since then. You have to take classes if you want to do stuff. But my degree is biology pre-med. I was going to be a doctor. That's what I thought.
Yeah, but you're helping people now.
Yes, different kind of
help. Different kind of help. Eric.
It's funny. We have a lot to talk about. Because similarly, I was trying to run away from this for as long as I could. Probably until I think I finally decided to go into acting 7 days before the admissions deadline for all the schools. And I was going to pre-med. I got an early admission, and I was going to go. But I've been acting unprofessionally since middle school, just as an extracurricular, and then I took the leap in college, and then I have my BFA from the University of Michigan.
So it really did thrust me into the land of make-believe, and I've been acting for 2 decades at least, but I went to school. I went to the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley, and have been living in LA, doing a whole plethora of different type of performing, so look into it. There's so much out there. The hardest part for me, I think, was not having a longer rehearsal period. As performers and artists, I know we all like to really dig deep with understanding of lyrics and script, and we also like to build relationships by getting to know one another. And as artists and as creative people, that happens really fast anyways, but we've all just met today. So that was the hardest part for me, but the script and the music is great, so that was actually the easiest part.
So are you really Homer?
The fun thing about this is I don't know because we didn't know the director before we started this, and we hadn't really performed with the director before coming into these roles, and it's fun to see how much really matches and how people were able to fall into it with their senses of humor. It was really great, and I think we all found the things in ourselves that kind of like match the characters, if that makes sense.
Yeah. When you were doing the scenes from We've Got Rights, did you think that the stories matched the amendments that you were representing?
I think it was very clear, like what the focus was for each one of the amendments and each one of the songs inside of them. I thought you guys did a great job with that. Kudos.
How did y'all feel when you found out that you were not doing real musical theater, but musical theater written by high school students?
It's just
I want y'all to answer.
This is a non-answer, but I think real musical theater can be musical theater written by high school students.
That was basically what I was going to say. I was like, it's a story, and the plot line is driven forward by music, so it's a musical. Like, don't cut yourself short just because everyone doesn't know your name. Just someday they will, So, you got one.
Yeah. This is real musical theater. Yeah. Like, we came here, we were like, okay, we have a music rehearsal, and we have to memorize, and we have to make sure that it's all working. Yeah, this is real.
And all I would like to add is that we're all real professionals. So, we're all real acting right now. So this is a real musical theater piece.
Yeah. I'm not going to ask the question that several of you asked, which was, what was your favorite script? What was your favorite line? What was your favorite song? Everybody had their favorite. And of course, any actor will say, the scene that I'm in is my favorite scene. So we're not going to go there. Was there anything that you found confusing about the characters, the original characters that you represented in We've Got Rights? Was there anything that felt phony or fake or staged?
I'll answer this if that's okay. No, and actually that was one of the things that was touching and a little, it was like beautiful and sad and all of that at the same time, because these are very present issues that I feel like we've all been experiencing and exploring, and to see it put so plainly and eloquently by high schoolers, and that's something that is understood, and also you using art to show your perspective is a beautiful thing. And it's something that everyone, I think we were talking about this actually on one of the breaks, and how we can relate so much. And it's a beautiful, beautiful work. So.
Thank you. I would like to do a momentary shout out to the 2 teachers who invited the Foundation for New American Musicals into their classrooms, Miss Pro at Westchester and Ms. Pettis at West Adams. We've worked with Ms. Pettis, I think this is the 4th time, and every time it's been an adventure. Thank you. And I know that when I first met Ms. Pro and we were talking about what we were going to do, especially because we were going to be doing it over Zoom, we tried to come up with something that would match what she was doing in her government class and that might be of interest to the students. And even though on occasion it was difficult to get the words out of the students and the music, we managed, and it was a lot of fun for Miss Bloom and myself. Do you think that any of these scenes that you did could be expanded, made longer?
I would say not only can they be expanded, but you should. Yeah. You should keep writing these. You should keep going.
All right, I know how stressful writing was for some of you, but this is your call to action, okay? Kevin, would you mind coming up and saying a few words about directing these pieces?
It's been really an amazing, I'll say a week, because of course we had a little mini Zoom rehearsal, as we all do these days, Monday night, where that was sort of our meeting together, where we read for 2 hours all the pieces. You know, and I, of course, had worked with Deirdre and Mina and Anthony a little bit before that. So this is really guerrilla theater at its best. It is such a great experience when you are a director. And look, there's no net, but the great director-choreographer, Graciela Danielle, would say, in her very thick accent, which I won't try to mimic here, but she has a very thick accent, she said, "No one is going to die. You know, we are going to have fun. We will laugh at ourselves. While we may bobble something for you along the way, you see us in our workshop blacks. We're treating this like a workshop rehearsal for you. So I hope I've kept it fun for everyone. You know, there's been no yelling or screaming. And again, they make it easy because they're terrific. Strictly speaking, what you're doing in your schools, of course, you know, just the educational process. Dig in. I hope you've found this as thrilling an exercise, and as we have, and it is my sincere hope, since the writing and the music composition on these are so great, that some number of you will stick with this.